This episode is also available in 3D. For more information, go to funnyhacks.com/C3D.
This is a technical episode for 3D sync and other 3D improvements. In the last technical episode, this is just the first of to do with all the 3D stuff, I talked about the different ways that you could edit the two camera streams together. So you could put on the left eye on the right side of the screen and the right eye on the left side of the screen. So I'm just mixing up my left and right here, but anyway, that's one way of doing it. You can do the interlaced, you can do the alternate frames. Now, another thing that you can play around with on YouTube, you can actually set specific areas of the video. Now, according to the documentation, this is temporary, they use a different word than that, but these are settings which may not last forever. So if you use these settings, just be aware that your video may become unviewable sometime down the track. So I've done a little bit of playing with this. Probably I'm going to abandon it in the end. But the point that I was going to make was that, I'll make the point, then I'll come back to how you go about it. So when we are looking through the two eyes here, we have no difference vertically, but we have a lot of important difference horizontally. So what that means, if we then put two images side by side, we're then sacrificing quality, because those images have to be shrunk and then they have to be expanded again to be played back. By doing that, we are therefore sacrificing quality horizontally. Now, there are arguments for increasing the resolution horizontally to counteract that, but depending on your hardware, there are limitations there. So that's not always an option, and it often isn't an option. So, another way around this, which YouTube does allow for at the moment, is that you can put one eye up the top and one eye at the bottom, so now you're compressing things vertically. This gives you the results that your 3D will be much, much more precise, and it looks good, but it's at the sacrifice at your vertical quality now. And the thing that I found really interesting about that is that you notice when you go and have a look at a video which has done this, I've done it on a fireworks video if you're interested in having a look, you really do notice that the vertical resolution is decreased. I'm in two minds about that, because it's sort of like, well, hey, yeah, you can just turn up the resolution. I've released it at 720p, and it looks beautiful in 720p. But if you view it on the default 360p, it's just, it does look blocky around the edges, and it's a little bit of a shame considering it's taken in such high quality to begin with. Compare that to the squished side by side, and that's a whole lot less noticeable. I need to do some more thinking and playing around with that. It may just be that. No, I'm going to stop speculating. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment if you've got an opinion. Stereo separation. Now, in the very first 3D episode, we made a comment about how the distance between your eyes is quite important to how easily the image is viewed. And just reiterating over that, the reason for that is things in the centre, there's not much separation in between, so they're nice and easy to see. Things at the extremities have much more separation, and eventually you get to a point where your brain just doesn't reassemble the image. It's too different, therefore the things aren't related, and you just see two images. So for almost all situations, you get a really good picture by keeping it to the distance between the eyes. So you'll see the screw holes, I'm going to do it with this one here, you'll see the screws here are pretty similar to the positions of the glasses, and if I put on these glasses for a moment, you'll see that they're pretty similar to my eyes. Funny that. Whoops. I got away with that. Okay, my point. Okay, but there are times when you want to play with the separation. So if you're doing close-up footage, you want to get the cameras really, really close together. Now that gets awkward if you're using two separate cameras. However, there are also times when you want to do something like this. And a good example is the fireworks video. I made this mount specifically for taking fireworks video, and this was too small. So I'm in the process of making a formula for working out how long you need this to be. I reckon this could easily be 2 if not 3 times as wide to get good results for fireworks. But yeah, basically it's for when you have something which is far away and the depth of field of what you're viewing is comparatively short, therefore you need a large stereo separation to get the points at the extremities of that depth of field to be separated, and so therefore you get the feel of that depth of field. That was a whole lot of words. Okay, so hopefully that made sense to you. If it didn't, leave a question. If you've done something similar, leave a video response, and I'll see you next week.